flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Vice Chairman Trustee Paul Hovis. Smith. Trustee Frank Clark.
Here.
Chairman Trustee Ted West.
Here. This meeting is being recorded for informational purposes only. All comments will be taken at the end of the meeting. If anyone has a question or comment, raise your hand. You will be recognized by the chairman. Please come to the podium, state your name, address for the record, and multiple speakers at the same time will not be allowed.
Okay. 280-18 to accept the minutes for the October 23rd regular meeting.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee West.
Yes. 281-18 to authorize the fiscal officer to pay all outstanding invoices incurred and to approve all warrants issued.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee West.
Yes. Correspondence as listed below. Copies are available upon request. Administration, anything to report?
No.
No? Okay. We did get an invite from the Geauga Trumbull Solid Waste District. They're holding their open house on Thursday, November 15th at 11 to 2 p.m. And I believe you're planning to attend that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday, this Thursday?
This Thursday,
At 11.
At 11. I did make an RSVP for two to attend.
Okay.
So if you wanted to take someone with you, that would be great. Okay, anything else? That's it, okay. 282-18, the fire department. Chief, anything to report?
No, just the monthly reports attached. That's all I have except for on the agenda, sir.
Okay, thank you. 282-18, to accept the collective bargaining agreement, CD attached with an effective date of March 1st, 2018 to February 28th, 2021. In its entirety. Motion?
I'll move.
I'll second.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee West.
Yes. I'd like to make a statement with that. The resolution that is attached, I would want to bring it to the attention of item number 3. I'll read that. The Township Board of Trustees wishes to recognize and thank the negotiating team and all members of the IAFF Local 3703 for their diligence, cooperation, and good faith bargaining in reaching this agreement, which has avoided the need to submit any disputes or differences to the State Employee Relations Board. So I once again thank that group for successfully getting the contract negotiated.
Can you tell me the other production on the
number
yes. 1?
Number 1 of that, if it's in your copy, I don't know if I had a chance to update it, but where it says, therefore be it resolved that, and under number 1, it should say the collective bargaining agreement attached to this resolution as exhibits A and B.
B needs to be added.
Yeah, B needs to be added to that. A corrected copy has been given to the fiscal officer. Okay. 283-18 to accept the resignation of James Williamson on November 8th, 2018. His resignation is attached.
I'll move.
Now, second.
Trustee Clark.
Yes.
Trustee West.
Yes. Okay. Police Department, there's nothing to report at this time. Okay, Road Department. And I think at this time I'll ask Mr. Pizzullo to explain what's happened between the road and the zoning.
It's been past practice, and the township has the authority to regulate everything in the right of way, as far as mailboxes, types, plantings, trees, fences, rocks, and landscape. I was asked to look at a situation on one of the developments regarding a masonry mailbox. And in researching where the township, in the past it was the road superintendent that has that authority to make those regulations, but there was never authority given to the zoning inspector that could find. So what I've asked is that you pass the resolution that indicated that we adopt ODOT's requirements, or their restrictions, so it's blanketed across. The township, the county, and state, their restrictions are parallel to each other, they're the same. So it would be just be easier, instead of having our own restrictions, just to adopt ODOT's for township roads, highways, and alleys, which means that no masonry mailboxes. The state allows a 4x4 post, a 2-inch steel pipe, Schedule 40, or a breakaway type mailbox. There's a little bit of leeway in that breakaway type because there's so many out there that are plastic, but those actually mount on a 4x4 post at the base.
Right.
So if a car hits it, the snowplow hits it, there's not going to be a significant chance of damage or injury from that. So in keeping with that, it's easier for the township just to adopt it, the states, instead of having our own. And it gives me the authority to enforce it, as well as the road superintendent or his designee.
Okay, very good, thank you.
Sure.
Okay, so on 284-18, to authorize the road superintendent, township code enforcement officer or designee to enforce this and any other right-of-way restrictions on township highways, roads, and alleys, see attached. Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Trustee Park?
Yes.
Trustee Love?
Yes. And as a reminder to everyone, the 2018-2019 winter parking ban is in effect, and the sanitary and garbage has been put on vacation until spring, for the park. Report, planning director, zoning inspector, and code enforcement officer, Mr. Pizzullo.
My report is attached.
Zoning commission and zoning board of appeals, nothing to report at this time. Parks and recreation board.
We met last month. I would actually turn to our report submitted in section 6 of the recommendations. We're concerned about the kind of longevity of Imagination Station. It's been, I think, over 5 years since it was last sealed, so we would like to secure Bradley's pressure wash and seal it this spring, prior to the park opening in March. We need your recognition to do that. That came in about just under $5,000. We would like the trustees to once again put a park-specific levy on this May, the same millage that we did earlier this year. We feel now with the park having its own line item in the budget that it's a little easier to explain and educate kind of the public about the need for this and offer more assurance about the money being, kind of line item directly for the park. That was part of it last time. We were worried about just kind of getting lumped into the general fund. So now, with the park having its own line item, we think it's easier to explain about that. And then we would ask you also to remove Jennifer Kuhn from the park board. She has not attended a meeting 14 or 15 consecutive months. Wow. We thought, and she just in the resignation letter, she has not. So we'd just like to have her removed from the board to open that seat up for another community member who might be interested in serving more actively.
Anything else to report?
No, the park season was pretty good. We had a lot of discussions. We were pretty encouraged too. We have gentleman from LAC who's been on our last 2 meetings. Mr. Propio, he's been pretty actively involved, and it seems like they want to take a bigger role too, keep the park open. Those 2 fields are there very critical to the youth of the community as far as the baseball league, so they're very interested in doing their part too. I think more so than maybe, in the past, we've always had a lot of talk about it, but I think they have some new leadership there that I think maybe wants to actually be a little more actively involved, like month to month, not just when we go broke. So,
Okay. Next park board meeting is scheduled for
next Tuesday, yeah,
Tuesday
Tuesday,
at
right
seven here.
7 o'clock. That'll be our last one for this calendar year.
I believe it's probably gonna be in the small room,
Okay.
the big room.
Community's here, right?
Okay, discussion about the recommendation from the park board?
I think we gotta wait, talk to Paul when he gets back. Hopefully it'll be by next week.
Okay,
I think we need to include all three of us.
sure. So the recommendation will be taken under consideration. Because we don't have a full board at this time, we'd like to wait until the third trustee is present so we can make,
Which is fine, I think all, but just be careful with the deadline for the levy.
right.
You don't wanna drag your feet too long to worry this
When
deadline
do
gets
we
out
need to
without.
have that into the
90 days
90 days
before.
before the
Yeah,
meeting?
we don't want that to go too long.
So we'd have to make a decision, our first reading would have to be probably in our first meeting in January.
Yeah, 'cause we won't see you before then, we're not
Right.
meeting in December,
Right.
so. I mean, we can have a meeting if you need us to, just let us
Yeah.
know, we'll schedule a special one.
You know, Mr. Hovis is in the hospital, so
Right.
Let's table these recommendations till our next meeting, and if you could put them on the agenda for the next meeting so that we do have something to remind us that we need to take action. Okay. Thanks for your report.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I think we got more people next year that we have to.
There's a list of them that we have to make decisions in our organizational meeting, whether to extend or replace.
By the way, you have new neighbors next door to the park in the old Marvin home. Nice people. Maybe they'll wanna join you with the park board, I don't know.
All right, it has to be placed on the agenda. No one. I'll now open this up to public comment. Is there anyone that cares to make public comment tonight? Let's come forward, state your name and address.
Bob McBride, 3367 Warren Meadville Road. This is to the chief, fire chief. With this regulation here, did he have any merit of what he's saying in here? Was it addressed like or checked into?
It is being looked at as we speak.
Okay. And, one other question for the zoning. On the mailboxes now, you're gonna pass where you can't have like a 2 foot by 2 foot mailbox? Is that gonna be are the ones that's,
You're referring to stone?
pardon me? Like for the mailboxes, you would,
No stone,
oh, no stone.
no brick mason, no block
Right,
work, nothing.
like they're in Timber Creek now.
There shouldn't be
There
any.
lots down by the road like that?
No,
that's
there
made-
shouldn't be any in Timber Creek.
Really?
We've taken
Down by
out,
the road?
we've taken out 4 or 5 in Timber Creek.
With snowplow?
No,
We've been
no,
mandated to move them.
law.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah,
didn't
this is
know.
not a new regulation, actually,
No.
it's kind of bringing it to the forefront, and giving me the authority to.
Yeah, I didn't know
enforce
if
it.
you were grandfathering ones in that are still on.
There's nothing that's grandfathered.
Okay.
It's the the restrictions are the same as they've always been.
Yeah,
But
just
we're
maybe
trying to get,
people
making
get
it the same, instead of having separate language, we're gonna use, if the state adopts new, we'll parallel theirs, we'll mirror theirs. So it's not a matter of changing or grandfathering anything in. We have a couple to address as it is right now, but I really didn't find that I had the authority by way of the trustees giving me that. And this just does that.
Well, I just didn't know if that meant like if there, because I thought I seen quite a few in Timber Creek.
There are plastic ones that are
That look like mason.
made to look like they're masonry.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like 2 foot by 2 foot with the, like the brick
Arch.
dome.
Yeah.
I mean, I had one when I lived in Champion, I had made with slate roof on it and stuff like that, down by the road, you know, and
if you would see.
But those are actually illegal.
Yeah, you would see some of the damage to, we went to a seminar and, boy, it's bad,
Oh, I know.
bad.
Actually, the kid was, we put ours up and had, block guy put it up, but he didn't, and the mailman backed out of the driveway. He backed into it, knocked it over.
Yeah, you as a landowner, if you build something, you could be held responsible.
Liable, sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Anything
dangerous
that's
to both equipment,
Yeah.
employees and the motor public.
Well, I knew, like you said, rocks, like especially in the right of way, you can't be putting out big rocks in the right of way.
Right.
And I know
Now, there's several of those in Timber Creek that need to be addressed,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm sure there is. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for your comments.
Yep.
Is there anyone else in the audience tonight that would like to make public comment? We are going to cancel our recess into executive session this evening. It was scheduled, but there was something that came up that we have to postpone it till our next meeting. The other thing that I would like to ask this board tonight, I'm not gonna be able to make the meeting on the 27th at 9 a.m. I'm asking if we could move the meeting to 7 p.m. That day,
That's
so
on what,
Tuesday the 27th. So, if we can,
are we gonna have our department heads come in that night too?
I think
it does.
that's normally the meeting that we do have with department heads, so,
We'll
yes.
have to send out
I noticed, yeah, okay, so,
Okay.
It's okay with me, Ted, too.
you'll be able to make it? Mr. Schroeder, will you be able to make it?
I don't know.
Check your
I didn't say nothing today, I was just listening.
Oh, okay.
I have a question for your park board person after the meeting.
Okay, very good. All right, so, 285-18 is a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:17 p.m.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Trustee Brooks?
Yes.